I'm Emily Mashak, and you're listening to Tuned Into NoCo, Town Square Media's show that lets you know what matters in NoCo. I'm talking today with LJ Houska, the Vice President of Houska Automotive, and Bridget Aesoph, the blood donor recruiter with the UCHealth Garth England Blood Centers, about the upcoming 20th annual Halloween blood drive. So thank you so much for joining me. But before we get into the drive itself, I'd love to just learn a little bit about each of you. I'll start with you, LJ. Can you just tell me a little bit about Houska Automotive?
Sure. So Houska Automotive is going to be celebrating its 70th year next year in business. My grandfather started it in 1952. So I'm third generation Houska that's running the shop down there right outside of Old Town in Fort Collins.
That's awesome. And now, Bridget, for those who didn't catch you here last time, can you just give me a rundown about your role at UCHealth?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the blood donor recruiter for the UCHealth Garth England Blood Donor Center. I recruit throughout the community, the northern Colorado area, and it's a fun job.
And now, the last time we talked, Bridget, we knew that there was a huge need for blood in northern Colorado, especially over the summer. What's that need looking like now?
Yeah, the summer's always challenging, but now we're going into the area of the holiday time, which is also very challenging. So it's the perfect time. We are celebrating the 20th year of partnering with Houska for their annual Halloween blood drive. So it's a great time to come out and donate over the holiday season. The need is definitely still there, and we'd love to see you guys.
Now let's get into the blood drive a little bit more. It's coming up soon. What do our listeners need to know?
The blood drive is Friday, October 29th, located at our Fort Collins location. So we're going to have a socially distanced setup with COVID in mind. Everyone's safety is very, very important to us. So we have all the guidelines and we require masks at the time. So it's going to be from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And it's just going to be a fun time. I believe it's an opportunity to dress up, and I'll have LJ speak to it more than what I will. So
definitely being a couple of days before Halloween, most of the people come in costume. It's the Friday before the weekend coming up there. Not only is it a great thing to give blood, but Cooper Smith's Brewery also donates a pint for a pint. So we take a pint of blood out of you, and you get a coupon to go get a pint of beer. And then being that Houska Automotive sells a lot of tires, Goodyear actually stepped up and is donating $750 worth of tires to one person that donates blood that day.
Wow, that's so awesome. And can people just show up? Is there a registration? How does that all work?
because it's socially distanced, we do have a sign up, and you can find out more by emailing donateblood@uchealth.org or calling our center directly at 970-495-8965.
Perfect. And obviously this is going to be a super fun event, but for those who maybe haven't donated blood before, what do they need to know before they go? What are some of the qualifications, things they should prepare for?
Yeah, it's super easy. It's about 45 minutes total time, but I would plan out a little bit more for this one because it's going to be super fun from what I hear. It starts off with an interview process where there's a questionnaire form. They answer the questions. They go through that process. And once eligible to donate, they go to the phlebotomist where we introduce the phlebotomist to the donor and answer any questions they may have. At that time, the phlebotomy itself is about 10 minutes. So it's pretty simple and quick. It's just a fun way of donating.
Yeah, and should people eat a bunch of food before? What do they need to prepare for in that realm?
I'm so glad you asked that. Yes. To prepare for a donation, drinking plenty of fluids, eating a really good meal is highly recommended. We also ask that you bring a photo ID with you at the time of donation.
And is there anything that may exclude people from qualifying? I know certain age restrictions, weight restrictions, things like that.
Yeah, that's a really good question. If you have not been a previous donor with us before, there is a weight requirement of 120 pounds. But if there's any specific questions, I would suggest calling our donor center at 970-495-8965 for any of these questions.
Now, LJ, I have to ask, this is the 20th annual blood drive. What inspired Houska Automotive to get involved with this?
Sure. So my father was not only into giving blood, but he also gave bone marrow at one time too. And so he's just been in the process of kind of giving and doing that sort of piece. And that's really inspired us to even just to start a blood drive. And then boy, 20 years goes by all of a sudden before you know it, it seems like, too. So we're really excited to kind of hit this milestone.
Thank you both so much for coming in today. Is there anything else that you would like listeners to know, either about the event, anything going on with Houska, or about the blood need at this time?
We're just excited to see everybody there. So hopefully you get signed up.
Yeah, I second that. We love to see everyone there. And if we can't see you that day, we still love to see you. You can donate by scheduling a donation online via our website, appointment time at Garth England's website.
Again, that was LJ Houska with Houska Automotive and Bridgette Aesoph, the blood donor recruiter with the UCHealth Garth England Blood Centers, talking about the 20th annual Halloween blood drive. You can find out more about the drive and learn how to sign up by emailing donateblood@uchealth.org.